Okay, so I just want to talk about sort of setting up the MS-20 for live shows and that kind of thing. I'm working on my live set right now, and this is how I have it set up. The interesting thing I've got here is this. I finally figured out what to do with these two things. I find most people that use the MS-20, they never plug these things in and they do nothing. But I've found that actually with this setup, which I'll explain in a minute, you can get some really useful and interesting little performance moves. Just sort of dissect what's going on here right now. The basic gist of it is that there's noise going into that sample and hold, which is being triggered by the button, and then that random voltage from the sample and hold is going into the VCA, which is being controlled by the mod wheel, and that's going out to the total input of all the modulation. Another thing that's happening is that the noise is actually going through the signal processor down here, so that I can filter the noise and get different likelihood of different frequencies to get picked by the sample and hold. So like right now, when I press the button, it's going to pick a random frequency from the whole range. So you'll hear it's picking up really high frequencies and really low frequencies. Let's say I don't like having really high frequencies, I can turn the high pass down and then if you have the mod wheel all the way up without pressing the button, then you get noise coming through the signal. And you can tune the noise like this. While I'm at it, I might as well show you some of the other features of my special MS-20, because I've done some extra stuff. So first thing is this PWM input that I put up top. So if I pick the square wave, normally it sounds like this. And you can pick the width of the pulse wave with this knob. But by default there's no way to modulate that. And I've just put a switch right here. So now when I flick that switch to the right, you'll hear still nothing actually, because this now acts as a modulation amount. So I think this sounds really good with my weird glitchy modulation. And it also sounds even better with delay. I put a delay pedal up here. While I was in here playing with the PWM thing, I touched a certain spot on the circuit board that corresponded to the oscillator pitch. So what I did was I just plugged a a like spare power jack thing here, and now I can touch the oscillator just by touching this. So I love that. That's really good. Another nice thing about having it set up this way is that you can reach insanely low frequencies. Like, normally the lowest note you can get is this, and now it's like, you can also get some really high frequencies as well, if you, I don't know why you'd want them, but, so that's normally the highest note, pretty high. Ooh, there it is. That's piercing. So now you know. I really like playing this thing live because yeah, there's just so many weird sounds you can get out of it, and it's so much fun to turn all the knobs and get lost. While we're talking about mods, this is the most important one. Do remove cover, user serviceable parts inside. Don't be afraid to crack it open. Alright, later.